Hi, I'm Brad, one of the founders of Jozu and a maintainer of the KitOps open source project. We build a platform and tools that keep enterprise AI secure and operationally safe. Now, you deploy microservices to production every day. You have a tested pattern. Code is in Git, images in a registry, configs separate, deployment manifests are versioned. So when something breaks, you can trace exactly what changed. Now, try that with AI. Your model weights aren't in Git because they're too big, and Git LFS is too slow and awkward. Your dependencies are in a requirements.txt that may or may not match what the model was trained with. Your training data is in S3, and it's unclear which are safe to train models on and which have sensitive data that you should be careful with. Worse, you can't tie which dataset version was used to train a specific model if a customer auditor asks. Your data scientists are using experiment trackers like MLflow, Kubeflow, or weights and biases, which is great, but your engineers and SREs can't tell which version is ready for production and which isn't. Ultimately, when you need to understand what changed between staging and production, it always means a dozen people on a Zoom call. Jozu was built by DevOps experts. It makes your AI/ML project a first-class governed asset. Here's an example of a common ML project that includes the project metadata, the model weights and serialization version, the hyperparameters and experiment run results, the dataset used to train the model, and the code that built the model. Everything is in one place and can be easily shared. Each team member can download only what they need, pull only the model, and skip the 50 gigs of data. Having everything together in a single tamper-proof versioned package is the foundation of a mature, secure, and efficient enterprise AI development lifecycle. You use containers because everything is immutable and versioned. Jozu's model kits use OCI for the same reason, but we were built from the ground up for AI. So now that you have a solid and auditable foundation with Jozu and KitOps, everything gets easier. For example, a key to reliable production operations are diffs. When things break, it's because something changed, and diffs are your key to that mystery. Here's what teams deal with today. With even a simple model in Git or DVC, it's painful to try and map model and dataset versions since both are changing at different speeds in different teams. Because Jozu has everything in a tamper-proof and version package, you can do diffs against those packages. Jozu's diff mode shows you everything that changed. Not just the model weights or parameters, lots of tools do that, but the configs, the dependencies, the training data, literally everything. You're not guessing, you know what's different. Now Jozu or your CI/CD pipeline can enforce policies on those diffs, block a deployment if training data changed or if a license is unacceptable, or require re-review if dependencies shifted. You already do this for code. Jozu lets you do it for your models. Using Jozu not only gives you the same controls and confidence that GitOps does for your applications, it speeds up your AI project delivery. Jozu's technology is trusted by governments and regulated industries around the world. Best of all, Jozu installs in Kubernetes behind your firewall so everything is private, and data sovereignty is guaranteed. Today you saw how you can have a standards-based foundation of package and version projects that have been designed for enterprise production realities. But if your team is moving AI to production, book a one-to-one demo with us so we can show you the security scans for model-specific threats, the policy enforcement that blocks dangerous deployments, the automatically generated containers, and the caching layer that accelerates deployment by 7 times, or the signed audit trail that proves compliance. Thanks for watching.